Bobby's going to be here in no time.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you.
We're in trouble.
Okay,
Crawling out the window
shit.
now.
There he is.
Oh, well, maybe we'll just get back to the music. Although getting back to the music right now isn't going to help us much.
No.
This is Cindy Was a Terrorist.
Jesus.
Tony Jones and the Cretin 3. Yours truly. Here on the Haunted Cabaret on Rhode Island Free Radio. All right, that was Cindy Was a Terrorist, and in the interest of full disclosure, that would be yours truly and Tony Jones involved in the band that created that.
Now, Chuckles brought up a good point. Do I have to pay our own licensing fee?
You know what? You put it in. You hand me the coin, and I'll flip it right back to you.
We'll smash it in half and take our cuts.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to that other rival studio, and we'll pay to use the bathroom over there. We'll put a down payment on using the bathroom. But yeah, either that. Well, actually, maybe we better hold on to the coin and not chop the coin in half because we'll probably be sued by one of our former bandmates at some point. And by the way, sometimes I'm kidding about things I say. That I'm not kidding. We have.
I was just thinking that I must be doing something wrong because I haven't gotten put on blast on any social media accounts lately, and I haven't been sued lately. So I must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, we're going to have to try harder. We're just going to have to put our minds to it. But Chuckles.
Yes.
Before we go too much, because we're already well advanced into the show, strange as that is to believe. But you had a couple of things going on that I do want to take time out to mention. There's a parade.
Nurse Misery?
Nurse Misery. Fill us in.
Well, see, now I just have to go by my mind, so we're hoping that I remember it accurately. March 13th at 1 p.m., the St. Patrick's Day Parade in West Warwick, Rhode Island kicks off from Ionati's Funeral Home and leads through the West Warwick area down to around the Post 2 area. So it'll be a great time. The Sons of St. Patrick are putting on the 57th parade.
Okay, and
Paranormal for pause.
Yes. Well, I was pausing.
There's no pausing in radio.
Well,
no,
I wasn't sure if you guys were going somewhere else because George mentioned specifically the parade.
No dead zone. This is radio.
Oh my goodness! There is also a convention.
The important part is though you're supposed to build up Chuckles in the radio station. Our presence in this parade.
But then I got cut off because this is the first year that Chuckles the Clown and the Chuckles and Laugh Show is going to be a part of the St. Patrick's Day Parade down in West
Aren't you
Warwick.
guys doing a benefit for domestic violence pretty soon?
Yes, we are. That's in July with Ocean State Paracon. No, I'm not fired, Chuckles. You can write that on a piece of paper all you want.
Oh, you can fire her ass, but this time next year you'll be paying alimony. So
Yeah, you don't want to play that game.
We'll be having a benefit for you.
kind of like one of those Donald Trump trade wars they're always referring to. Yes, it will be mutual assured destruction, but Chuckles will suffer the worst destruction.
That would be a very bad destruction. We don't want that.
You can't get blood out of a stone. You can
But
hit me with it all you
can
want.
smash a stone to
you-
pieces.
Yeah, you can. Yes, keep in mind there is soon going to be a close relative of yours walking this earth.
Oh, it'll be like the 5th one so far.
Right, but
This one I'm admitting to.
right, but you just don't want to alienate this woman next to you right now because
Oh, yes, I do.
should you be out of the house, she might raise this child to do violence to you.
Oh, I'm definitely I'm guaranteeing she's going to raise this child to do violence to me, even if I am out of the house.
We're actually trying to staff a new backyard wrestling league, so that's why everybody's having kids.
Yeah, USWF Generation 2.
Oh, let's see how many injuries this creates. So, along with the parade, we also have on April 30th, we will be a part of Paranormal for Paws, which the website is paranormalforpaws.com. It's a great benefit that is helping a local animal shelter in Massachusetts.
And who doesn't like animals?
Exactly.
Seriously.
Help the puppies and not those puppies. All puppies are important.
Well, Well, I like to think all animals are important.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why is it when they talk about animal rights and they talk about benefiting animals and they talk about humane treatment of animals, why do they always show these cute little puppies and these cute little cats and things like that?
Lizards need love too.
Yeah, lizards, centipedes, tarantulas,
Freaking horses.
octopuses.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the worst things I've ever seen. And this
Anteaters.
is Horror Cabaret, so the Haunted Cabaret. So you guys know what I'm talking about. That video of the guy jumping off the boat with the club to the seal. That's not funny. I want to hang
purposely
out
avoided that
in a
video.
snow pile and wait for that guy to jump out and hit him with a flipping club and skin his ass and sell it to someone.
Maybe hamstring them
Oh, yeah.
and
I mean,
let them lie out on the ice for polar bears.
Oof.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty brutal.
Horny polar bears.
a bunch of polar bears wait for him to jump off the boat.
Horny elephant seals.
Oh, that's even worse.
I mean, I was always raised, if you're going to kill something, you kill it to eat it.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're not
and
gonna
it's like people have taken this way too far with this one right here, and I agree with how there's now federal. You will do serious time for animal abuse now.
Yeah.
And it should be so. And that should go for the son of a bitches that speed up their cars to run over people's cats or freaking raccoons because they're in the street. Come on, man. I mean, I understand if you're on 95 going 100 miles an hour. Yeah,
you
braking's
can't
going to
weave
kill
out of the
yourself.
way.
But a little back road where it's like you're supposed to be going 20 miles an hour, you can't stop not to run over that animal.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like, why are you trying to run over the skunks? I mean, that's just gonna like really make your car smell.
I
really
seriously
bad.
think to add insult to
That's
injury.
really stupid. Like,
if-
I'm gonna hit this skunk because I'm
on
smart.
this misery, I don't think that's the point.
No, it's not. And if
But
if the
they're
police
killing
officers,
things just to kill
And then you
things.
smell like really cheap weed for the rest of the day.
yeah. So
That-
if you
like-
cops are listening to me, set up on the streets when people do this and give someone a ticket for killing an animal, like a heavy ticket that's going to cause them to end up being in prison.
Behind the scenes, there's a little bit talk about us bringing back Banshee Fest. I think for a charity, we should do it to save the skunks.
Yeah, save
Save
the
the skunk.
skunks, save the armadillos.
And you won't know the difference between our charity going on Save the Skunks and the hemp stage that's next to us.
Save the
mean,
squids.
Roger Williams Zoo adopted a skunk that just kept crawling into the enclosures, and they made them a nice, lovely little home.
So after my rant on the Haunted Cabaret, and I'm sorry, George. Where is this Paranormal
Yes,
for Paws?
the 4th annual Paranormal for Paws is going to be at the Masterpiece Dog Training Center, which is located at 264 Fisher Street, Franklin, Massachusetts. It's from 1:30 to 6:30 p.m. And it's going to be a great time. They have lots of guests there. Keith Johnson, who we all know and love, is going to be
Chuckles the
partaking in
Clown
this.
from Rhode Island, freeradio.org.
What? Of course, Chuckles the Clown is going to be there. This is our second appearance there. We had been there 2 years ago.
Yeah, but you got to admit, Chuckles, that even you, that Keith Johnson is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He is definitely cool.
He's up there with you.
Oh, no, he's above me. I admit that. Keith, I bow down to you.
Now, what is Keith Johnson going to do at this this animal thing? Is he going to discuss demonic possession of animals?
Usually he does his Demons 101 presentation.
Or his vampire one. That one's cool, too. Or his vampire
one. He has quite a few presentations that himself and Sandra present. So I'm not sure which presentation particularly they'll be discussing, but he always signs autographs, does photos, sells his books.
Because I definitely need to speak to him about, animals can be possessed just like people.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I used to have this iguana that I believe was possessed. It always tried to kill me.
Now, was it a male or a female?
That was a male iguana.
Now
my iguana wobble. He waited till he got full grown. I think he was either possessed or he was under the delusion that it was Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Let me rain on your parade here.
Yeah.
If you're ever going to get a reptile, especially iguanas, make sure it's a female because males are very territorial.
Yeah.
The only reason he put up with you is you were feeding him.
He didn't put up with us because we fed him. He tried to kill us as we fed him.
Well, then he really didn't like you.
He's just stupid.
He was a combination of territorial, bad-tempered, and stupid.
Nice.
Because he would attack before his food was properly in his room. So, yeah, that is an indication of stupidity in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, you think he'd wait till you at least got the food in there
so
and then
kids,
chased you.
if you're listening to us and you want that iguana, make sure the pet owner that is selling this to you sells you a female because the males are vicious.
Yes, and they sell. And the amazing thing was, and it's an audio medium we're in right now, so you can't see it, but I do have a scar around my wrist, and from the top of the wrist.
Oh yeah, we see it.
Goes down around. And there's his bottom jaw.
That is impressive.
That's an impressive scar.
Oh, there's lots of teeth in those mouth.
Yes, and that scar went right down to all the layers of skin to the tendons.
Oof.
And a woman at the clinic took about a half hour sewing me up. And the amazing thing is, now I was proud of my iguana. I mean, I got to say that right off the top. That was awesome. But iguanas, like Chuckles, these iguanas are sold as pets to kids.
Yep.
Now, I think the only thing that has saved the youth of America from missing fingers and maybe being bitten through the neck is because not too many people know how to, getting back, see how I circle all this around back to animal abuse. Mm-hmm. Not too many people know how to keep reptiles properly, which usually means that, you buy a 6-inch iguana in the pet store. You keep it for a year till it grows to about 9 inches, including the tail. Then it dies of neglect or abuse.
Yeah.
And abuse in this case is they don't know what to feed it. They don't know how to take care of it.
You should have to sit through at least a 90-minute educational seminar on how to properly care for a reptile if you really want to get one.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would go one step further and just, unless you have a license.
Don't give them out to people.
Yeah,
they're not pets.
Apply for a license. Have to prove you're educated to take care of them.
And I
properly.
agree with them like that. How many people get a reptile and release it when it does something vicious?
Oh yeah,
Bites
my
you.
My snake bit me. I'm throwing it outside.
Yeah.
It's a tropical snake. It's gonna die in a week. It's
or
New
eats
England.
someone's guinea pig, and then you got to get rid of it. Yes, I had this happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Monitor.
I had a Savannah monitor that escaped out of my cage.
And whose guinea pig did it eat?
My sister's. And it made a mess out of this thing. And there was no way of saying this animal was innocent because around his face was blood and fluff.
So clearly he was the culprit.
So, of course, I had to get rid of him. Now,
there was no way of saying that guinea pig died of natural causes.
Naturally, yeah. He was naturally eaten by something else, by nature.
As natural as it gets, predator-wise.
And I agree. These should not be pets. I mean, there's no way around it. Reptiles.
Pets to uneducated
No. He's right. Reptiles are not meant to be pets. There are certain animals that should and should not, and reptiles are up there. I mean, they're
reptiles, maybe scorpions, tarantulas. Reptiles are near the top. Venomous spiders and insects would be up there.
Yeah, and you got a point too. And there are a lot of people out there that are going to yell at me. I know who you are. Yes, if you're educated, and they should have a license or something saying, "Yeah, I can have this."
Take a class, prove that you're worthy of
Because
taking
there
care
are-
of such an animal. There's a lot of
Yeah,
responsibility.
there
involved.
are a lot of folks that do take good care of their reptiles. I know a couple of them that
Yeah.
do, but it takes a lot of money, time, and effort.
It does. It's expensive. I mean, joking about the my iguana there, Wobble. I mean, that